Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing okay, and I'm also doing okay. And thank you so much for always being here. For the returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my content. And for the new subscribers and watchers, welcome to the channel. I go by the name Monzo Jones here on YouTube, and I'm so glad to be here and doing what I love. I love doing YouTube, and for that reason, I promised you 5 videos a week. That's from Monday to Friday, and the videos will be like sit downs and vlogs. So this is one of the sit down that I'm doing this week, and I hope you have been enjoying my content so far. And if you have, kindly comment down below what you think about them, and also let me know the topics or the vlogs or videos you want me to do. So today, being a sit down, I want to talk about all the jobs that I've done in my few years as an adult. I've been an adult for not even a decade. Okay, I don't know, a decade, century. I've been an adult for not so long, and this meaning, okay, let me just say, since I finished university, I finished university at 21. Yes, at 21. So by that time, I was depending on my family to do everything to like to give me money for food, for rent. So all the years through the university, since I was born until 21 years, I was depending on my parents. And this being said, I had no like I don't know what happened, but I was not so much into working because my dad was, as I said, the video I did about my life story, my dad really worked hard for us to feel like we have everything. So I did not even do any work because I didn't have time. Like, and I was not that open-minded. Like, I can say I was not that open-minded until around maybe fourth year, the fourth year in the university. That's when now I started like thinking about hustling. And that being said, uh, it was not an easy decision because it okay, if you want to do a business you have to have money. So what I did, I just there was a friend of mine, her sister was like schooling in our university but another branch in town. So she came and said that there is an opportunity. So this is my first job now. So it was network marketing. So this company, I don't know if it had been there for so long, but she was more open-minded than me and her sister, like my than me and my friend who is her sister. So when she was going to town to her school, she now heard about the network marketing. So she came and told us, and then because it was so expensive, I didn't have the money. She said joining you had to have like 8,000 shillings, and I was still depending on my dad, and I was being given a very little amount I could not afford. So I just we just told her to be going to the, because she had the money, to be going to the to the training, because you have to start from the training. So to be going to the training, and then she comes and teach us. So she did that for some time, but I was almost finishing my fourth year. So after finishing my fourth year, I went for attachment. But mostly the attachment is supposed to be on in second year. But that year that we were supposed to go for attachment, there was a strike of which we were suspended for like 6 months. Then now it had the academic calendar was disrupted, so we had to go after we finished. So I went on my attachment at a hospital, a big hospital. And then I don't know where I got the money. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But I went and joined the network marketing. I think by that time it had reduced because many people were complaining they cannot afford 8,000. 8,000 is a lot of money in Kenya. By that time, even now, it's a lot of money. So many people were complaining it's like they could not afford. Many people were willing to go and do the network marketing, but now the joining fee, like there was a training fee which was 200 shillings. That's like $1.50. And then there's this 8,000. If you love the training, you have to join the company, the network marketing company. So that's it was now 8,000. By that time it was, I think, 8,000. No, 200 shillings. By that time it was $2. And then 8,000 was $80. So many people could not afford that. So when I was at the attachment, I don't know how I got the money. Then I joined the, I think it came down to 3,500 Kenyan shillings, that is $35 after some time. Then I decided, because now it's cheaper, let me join. So I joined. The problem with this company, it was like referring people. They were saying they were doing like selling services, which I didn't even know about. Like, I didn't use them. They were saying if you refer someone and then they pay the 3,500, that's your level 1. I know many people, you will judge me for saying this network marketing thing, but let me just watch until the end so that you can understand. That time I was just trying to figure out how to make money. So they were saying if you join with the 3,500, they are giving you, I don't know, web hosting services. So if I pay the 3,500, they'll be giving me the web hosting services. I don't know what we were not getting it, but if you refer someone and they pay the 3,500, that's your level 1. There's a commission you get, and then that person, if they refer another person, that's your level 2. You'll get from that person also. So it was like, it was a pyramid scheme. I think it's called that way, pyramid scheme. So the more you refer people, the more you earn. If you don't, you remain there. There's no money. So I was staying at my another aunt of mine. And sometimes when on weekends, because we were not going for the attachment, because it was like work, we were not going. So on Saturdays mostly I was going to that training to at least get to know about it. Then I did it for remember I paid the 3,500 and I'm not seeing anything. So they were trying, when in the training they were saying, if you want to see results, give yourself 6 months. If it will not work, you leave the thing that you're doing. So I said, let me try 6 months. I did. I referred. I had contacts. I know I think it's illegal because of is it called data protection and something of Kenya. I think it's illegal to have people's phone numbers, but I don't know where we got them. For real, I didn't know. So we were sending messages. I was in my Facebook page, advertising myself, telling people. It was so funny. Right now I can say that it was so funny, because when someone is asking you, what are you offering? When I pay, what will I be getting? I'm just saying, I'll earn, you will earn. It was so confusing. So I did that for some time. I think network marketing is good, but not the approach that we were having, like the pyramid scheme that we were in. It is good for now. I can say it's good, but not that we were doing. So I tried. Then when I found someone who was, that time I was in Eldoret. So when I found the first person to go, and we were having like branches where people can go and like for training. So the first person was in Nairobi. So I directed them. They went. I think they were like me. So they paid. I saw the money, and then they were saying the money you have to, I don't know, to reach how many, a certain amount so that you can withdraw. Where I tried. It reached a time, because I was consistent, I started seeing the money. But now, remember, I was using transport to go for training, like every training mostly. Then after I finished the attachment, I was going for every training. So it was taking a lot of money that I didn't have. Then when I started I started earning, it was like the people that I've referred directly, and there were not many. So it reached a time I said, no, it's taking a lot of my time, and the web hosting services, I think it could be working if I had a website, but I didn't have a website, so it was not working for me. So most people there, we were just following. I'm not saying the company was bad, or the more you grow, the more you understand. So I just like right now I can say the person who invented that, it was a pyramid scheme. So it was like, I don't know, I don't want to say it, but it reached a time I said I cannot go along with that company. So I left. So I left, and by that time I had because I used to buy a lot of data, because Wi-Fi was not everywhere. It was not everywhere in Kenya. Like, it was not so long ago, but I think the business of Wi-Fi and internet, like work, internet working, like jobs in online working, it came to Kenya, like it was so rampant when after COVID. But before that, many people were just like we were just doing I don't know how to say it, but not many people were that conversant about the online jobs and internet and something. But when COVID came, it made people to think, because people were laid off from work, so people had to, like, to find ways to work. That's where now internet, like Wi-Fi, people installing internet and looking for online jobs came to Kenya. Like, really many people knew about it. So after that, after when I was there, I was trying, like, to research about online work. Then I came across Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin, by that time, it was of course it was expensive, as you all know. I tried to invest in it, but I could not afford, of course, one Bitcoin. It was so expensive. So I was just like buying bit by bit. Then there was another thing called Ethereum, I think. I also invested in it, and yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I can say there was a time that Bitcoin went up, and I had bought a few dollars, like bought a piece of the Bitcoin. Then it went up, and I had like I can say $20 in Bitcoin. So when it went up, it came to 5,000, like $50. I withdrew and say I'm not going, because as it goes up, I was not trading. I had invested, but the price was going up down like that. So there's a time it shot. I don't know which year, but it went up. When I saw the money, because I had invested in like for some time, I said, let me just remove that money. It's double my money that I put in, and extra. So let me just remove. I removed it, but I did not do like a lot about it. I was trying. I wish I could have left some Bitcoins, because right now it's very, very high. I could be now having a lot of money, but that aside. So I did also Bitcoin of network marketing. I did, and then I went for Bitcoin, and then now I don't know which year was that. Or before the Bitcoin short, I went, I had finished like my attachment and everything. So I went and stayed at my aunt's place for some time, for like, I think 4 months or 3 months in Nairobi. So I was in Nairobi for, let me say 3.5 months. No, I was in Nairobi for 4 months. Then I went back home. So when I went back home, there was a girl, let me say, not a girl, but there was a lady who was working at a cyber cafe. The lady was from our church, so she was going to school, and she said, because I had now I was home, can you do this work? Can you like take over? And I said it's okay. So I went and replaced her, and the person she was working for, we knew each other. I knew the person, let me just say that. So I worked there for like, I think 2 years. By the time I was there, no, because I was not having any work, so I went for, this is the third work. I went to work in a cyber cafe. I think I worked there for almost 2 years, or 1 and 6 months there. So while at this work now, I had a friend who was coming there to keep me company. He was coming like every day. So like, we knew each other from that time while working at the cyber cafe. Then we became friends, and he was like, he had ideas of business, and I had ideas. My mind by that time was now opening about business work. Yeah, so my mind had opened. I was open-minded by that time. I was looking for like business, like, yeah, so many things uh, happened during that time, because I found a friend who was business minded. So we were like, what can we do? Because okay, before that, we were friends already, but now, before the one I want to say, the man, the person, the family that I was working for in the cyber, they had some connections somewhere. So it came around, there was something called huduma number. So in Kenya, we were supposed to like register in huduma number. So he came and told me, can you do that? Can you, because it was our how can I say it, it was the government job. They were like employing people to register people for huduma number. It's like a card that I don't know how it's being used by now, but that time we were supposed to register each Kenyan. Also, I think, I don't know if it was above 18 or everyone, but you're supposed to register. So he came and said, can you do this work? And you know, when you work for the government, they pay good. I said, yes. So can you find a person to cover for you here in the cyber? Then you'll be going for training. And I said, yeah. And by that time, my sister was home. My sister, yeah. So I said, I'll bring my sister, and he said, it's okay. So I trained my sister in the cyber. Then when the time came for training, I went for training for huduma number. We were being paid sitting allowance. The government. We were being paid, I think, almost $8 a day, and we went for a week. And we were just sitting and being trained. So after that, we started that activity. I think it took 1 month and some 3 weeks or 1 month. It took some time, and they were paying good money. So I had money. Then from there, again, it came 2019 now. Census came. When census came, again, I was still working at the cyber. Then the same person said, can you do again the census? I said, yes. Is your sister around to come and work? Because now my sister was like, she knew what to do. I said, yes, she's around. Then I called again my sister, and then I went, and then I was paid handsomely. It was paying good. So I had money in my bank account for the first time. I had money. So when we finished the census, and now I had this friend of mine, we were talking about businesses. Then remember, those are 4 jobs now: the network marketing, 5 network marketing, the Bitcoin, the cyber cafe. I went for huduma number, though it was like a contract for a month or 2, something like that. Then census. So 5 jobs. Then after that, the friend of mine said, can we do like, I know a business, can we collaborate and then do that? I said, which business? I said, can we be going to get some like onions and then come and resell? We go get them for like in wholesale, then we come and resell them. Then I said, yeah, it's possible, but now how will we be getting there? Like, how will we be getting them? Because it's in Mount Elgon, the other side, almost at the border of Kenya and Uganda. So because he's a driver, he said they have a car, but now the car, it consumes a lot of fuel. And when you're doing business, it's not like you want to spend a lot on the road. You have to have some profit. So he said, because our car consumes a lot, I have an uncle who has a Probox. Probox in Kenya, I don't know if it's the whole world, but it's a kind of car that people use for business, because it consumes very little fuel, and it goes for let me just say, it's for business mostly. Many people who have them, it's for business. So his uncle had a car. So he went, requested for it. So the uncle was a teacher, so mostly he was not going with the car to school. So When he talked to him, he said it's okay. So the only thing that we could do, it was fueling the car because my friend was a driver. So that time, that phase of my life was so good, so good. We went, we were going like this one time. Mostly we were going very early in the morning. So she was the guy was coming and until around our home so that I can, because 3 a.m. we are supposed to start traveling at 3 a.m. So there's no way I could be traveling like coming out from home to the center alone. So the only option, because he was like their home was in the center and it was a distance like maybe 3 kilometers, and you know at night it's not safe. So he was coming the 3 a.m. and then picking me. We go with, we were, I was so rich. So we were going until Kitale. There's a town called Kitale. Then we branch, we go. The place was called Cheptais. No, Chesikaki. Deep down Mount Elgon. So we were going, and then because there, if it's the season for onions, everyone is like selling onions, and they were selling so cheap. You can find per kg onion is 30 shillings. 30 shillings like 2 cents by that time. 25 cents. 25 cents per kg. And then we come and sell it at 60, because at our place it was so expensive. So we come and sell it at 60 cents, somewhere there per kg. So we were going for like around 300 kgs. That car was carrying a lot, around 300 kgs. So we were targeting on market days. So that is like on Fridays. Market day at home, it's Friday. So we go very early at 3 a.m. We're there sourcing for the onions. Then by 10, we are back. Because it's market day, we will have those business women who sell in vibandas. In Kenya, there's this, it's like 2 small shops that you just sell vegetables and everything. So those people, they were coming and buying from us. And we were selling 60 per kg, and we were cheap because other people were selling maybe 70 or 80. So most people were coming to us because we were at least cheap. And it was going. If it was like in the market day, it was going. The 300 kgs we could sell even around to 50, and then we remain like 50. If we remain with 50 kgs, to the following day or Monday, we go again for another onions to sell through. Not Saturday, we go for another onions to sell through the week. Then again, the following Friday, very early in the morning, we have gone. So we did that for some time, and then COVID hit. Before COVID, my cousin who is in Mombasa had called and said, because you are at home, come, because Mombasa it's easier to get a job and you have finished university, just come and then look for work from this side. So I left my friend with the business, and he had also talked to his cousin to be helping him. So I left him with the business and then went to Mombasa. That was in January. So I went to Mombasa to look for work. But now, when I went there, there's a story I told you. I think most of you will not remember because most of you are new. And I said it when I was starting my YouTube channel, why I don't like being helped with a family member, because it turned very ugly. So I just went there for it was for let me see, I think 2 weeks. The first week it was okay because I was at my cousin's. The whole that time I was at my cousin's, but the first week was okay. Then the second week, my aunt now called, the mother of that cousin called, and she was so bitter that like I had done something wrong, because she wanted me to get out of my cousin's place. And my cousin is a person who has a family, is a big person who has a family. He can make his own decisions. So my aunt told me to get out of there. So I went back home, and then I think that's still, because it was still in January. That's when now COVID was announced in Kenya, I think, and I was home, so everything went flat. The business of onions was not there anymore because restrictions were there, traveling, so it was just trying to find something to do that is not requiring traveling. And my dad was so strict, nobody should leave home because there is COVID. And when something comes, when COVID came, it was many people it affected many people in a very bad way. So we were just trying to be like cautious. So I stayed there at home with doing nothing that year until around from that January when I came from Mombasa until around September the same year. So in September, my pastor right now, let me say my reverend, said there's a girl who wants somebody to work for her for in a food, like a fast food restaurant. Are you able to? Because I know myself, I know how to look for money. I said, yeah, I can do that. So he connected me to her, and then I went there. It was a mall. So it was a mall. Then there was few places. So one of the places was her place for fast food. So we were just cooking like French fries and smokies, only those, and then we were selling some sodas. So I did that from September until I think January the following year. Then she said, because here it's like it's not in a good town, we're transferring to Eldoret. Just we will I'll let you know when we will be opening, and then you come in Eldoret, but let me come there because I want to take everything and something like that. So I waited for her. They came, they took everything. I was paid, of course. She was a good person, but I think it was another way of telling me not to, because I don't know, she was closing it completely, but she didn't want to tell me, like she wanted to give me hope. So I said that's okay. So then she went, and then I didn't follow up. I don't know how to follow up for many things. So because there's a way when people, if you have done business and you have that business mind, there's a way when people talk, you just know this is not going anywhere, right? So when she was talking, I was like, just like, but I knew something was not okay. She never opened again, of course, but I just agreed with her. Then she went and never opened. So by that time, the restriction for COVID had at least come down, and there was that social distancing and everything. So we were allowed to work. I went and told my dad I had saved a lot. Remember, I had some amount when I was doing like selling these onions and everything. So I had some amount in my bank. So I told my dad, because I was was selling the French fries, can you support me and open mine? And my dad said, yeah, of course. So I had some amount. Then he added another. I went, opened my fast food, as very small fast food. I found a place where there was a university, so I opened around there because university students, we always want something to eat very fast, like something just to eat to go. Yeah, that is it. So I opened. It worked for some few minutes, for not minutes, for some few months, because I had not planned myself well. It did not survive. I just did it for like 3 months, and then it was so, like, the rent was so expensive. They remember, the business is starting. Of it. Everything was going up because of COVID. So the cooking oil was up, the potatoes were, the prices were up, and the rent was so huge. And right now, if someone could ask me if I wanted to open a fast food restaurant, what will I do different from that time? I will say I'll make sure, or any other physical business, I'll say I'll make sure I have rent for at least 6 months. So when I start the business, I've paid the 6 months. Then the money that I'll be getting through, because it's starting, I'll be now saving and see how it will work. But I went there with 1 month rent. So by the time the second month is up and I need to pay rent, I have no money. I have to go to the pocket, which I didn't have all of the money I had used to open the restaurant, to make the shelves, buy the fryer, and buy blender for juice, buy the potato cutter for cutting the French fries. So I didn't have money. And also I was commuting from home. Then I decided let me say, the worst thing I did was again looking for another house to rent so that I can be near my work. And it took a lot of money, so it never went so far. And then it collapsed. I went back home. I'm not sure which year it was, but it's recently before I came here. So then when the business went down and I closed, I was so disappointed with myself, and I was very angry at the same time. But again, I remembered that my previous employer, she closed the same shop because I think she knew it was not bringing a lot, and also the prices were going up, so it could not sustain the business. The money could not sustain the business. There was no profit. So I didn't know that by the time she was closing. So, and I decided to go and open the same business. So I was so disappointed and I felt like I'm a failure. So I didn't do anything at all. I was not even thinking about going out from home. Like, I was just at home and going to our farm, working at the farm, because it was so hard. I was I had finished university, there's no work. I've tried everything. COVID came. It affected us in a lot of way. I was depressed at some point, but not that. But again, I said life must go on. So I just said, whatever happens, happen. So I just, when I was at home for some time, then now I got this work that I'm doing. So this work I got in 2021. 2021. Hey, almost 5 years here. I got it in 2021, October. Yeah, that's when I came here. October, I think around 16th October of 2021. That's when I came here. Wow. So when it reaches October this year, it will be 5 years. Wow. Wow. So I was referred, as I said in the previous vlog, the previous sit down, I was referred by a person who knew my dad, and then I came here, and then like that. As I said at first, I did network marketing. I started doing things online, so I was used to internet and everything, like using internet to do research and everything. So when I came here, it was like another God saying, just go there so that you can continue with your research. So I came here, I did my research for some time. At first I was not doing a research because I said, I've now gotten the job. It was paying at least something that I had never earned. It was a very little, but it's money that I have never earned. So I said, let me just enjoy. So I was just watching, I was working, never doing research. Then I don't know where I got, there was something. I started now thinking, after some time I started thinking, because when I came here I had some loan. The employer gave me a loan to start life here, because I just came with my clothes. So I didn't have a bed, I didn't have mattress, blankets, no utensils, nothing completely. So he gave me money to pay for rent, and it was a loan, of course, so to pay for rent. And then I went and bought mattress, blanket, no bed, because I just wanted basic things. Yeah, so I just bought those. This house, I've really tried. I came here with nothing. So I did that, and then after some time, when the years were going, now he started now deducting his amount, and the money was not so much, but I was at least okay. I'm not at home, because at home, after finishing school, your parents expect you to do something to help them, even if they will not tell you. But I did that, and then I I don't know how I got to know about forex. So I tried forex trading. Forex trading. So this job that I'm working at, it's I said it's a customer care representative. So that I think it's now my 6th or 7th job. Then I tried forex trading while still in this work. So I did a research and followed some forex traders. But that thing, if you are not careful, you will get a lot of scammers. You will lose a lot of money. It needs patience. I don't know. So I tried for some time and said, no, this one, I need to do it when I have another business that is working, and I don't have, like, when I'm working and I'm doing forex, it doesn't go, because you need to be alert on forex. I know many people are doing it and it's working, but it's not for me, I think, because it needs a lot and you lose a lot before you start earning. So I tried that, and then I said I cannot, because I have a job. And then by that time in 2023, my sister joined. Yeah, 2023. 4, 5. I think 2023, 2022 September or 2023. I am not sure. She joined. Now I had to help my dad. So if I was trading forex and then my money is getting lost and I am supposed to help my dad with school fees, it could be messing me up. So I said I am not going to continue with it. So let me just focus. So I did that. I was planning even to open a business here, but as I said, this town is not, it's not growing, so could be another failure. And I for now I don't like failing, because it made me like I saw myself like a person who starts something and not finish, or not seeing it to the end. So I didn't like that. So I just say, let me work and help my dad. And then that's when I started now thinking about YouTube, because I watched now the next, I think the next now vlog, the sit down, it will be how I started YouTube, because I had watched. So when I came around this person and said, oh, YouTube it was working and it's paying, I said, why can't I start? Then yeah, that's it. So for that reason, I've been here doing everything that I've done in my life. I think by now it's almost 9-10 jobs that I've done. Others have not mentioned, but all legit, not like illegal things that I can shy off. But I did a lot, have done a lot, and I thank God, because He opened my mind to do this, and to help my parents also, and to be able to help my parents, because my dad, I said I'll do a video if he allows, to tell you what job he does. And the way they always say, 2 parents can take care of 10 kids. You see? But 10 kids are unable to take care of 2 parents. And I'm here. I don't want to be like those kids that they say, but it's true. Because my dad had he's still doing that very poor paying job, and he was able to like to send us to school and everything. But right now I have a job, I'm alone, I don't have a kid, I don't have a family. Like of course I have my parents' family, but I have not started my own family. But the money is not there. The money is not there. I don't have, every time I don't have money. So I always wonder how he managed to do that, because we were 5 plus my mom and himself, and he was able to, like, we were able to go to school and everything. And here I am. The only thing that I've done with my job here, I think I have helped him to pay my sister's school fees, but I'm never having money, and I've done nothing. So I'm just thanking God, because he made me like be open-minded, and like a person to always look forward to starting a business to help my parents, I can say. Yeah, so I think that will be it for this video. I know I didn't, okay, there's a time also I wanted to start selling clothes, because I started also going to look for the thrifted clothes, not the new clothes, the thrifted one. There's this thing that came in Kenya. I realized it later after COVID, that you can rent a space in a building. There are people who have spaces, but you can rent a shelf or shelves to be displaying your products. So I was thinking of doing that again. My God, my Lord, I've done a lot in this life, but I know all this has been preparing me for the big things that are coming, because I know they're coming. As of now, I think my biggest worry is not being able to help, like, to achieve what I've set, the goals that I've set. But again, I just thank God, because I know I can do it, as provided I don't give up. I can make it. So I really thank God for all the experiences that I have had with the network marketing. It prepared me for this thing that I'm doing, the YouTube that I'm doing now. It's about online, so it prepared me for this, for the hardships that I had. Okay, I have not said the hardships that most the jobs, I've not like outlined the hardships, the disadvantages, the things I went through. I have not said that. I just listed and said a few, but I went through a lot. Because when you are doing a job or have a business, people think you have money and you don't have money. Sometimes you have to, like, ask for, like, money from other people, then you pay later, but you don't tell anyone. They just know you have money and you don't have. So I went through a lot, but it taught me a lot also, and I'm really grateful that God passed me through all that. Though it's not a very good experience, but at least it made me who I am today, and I'm so grateful. So in this video, I was just telling you the jobs that I've done in my life. I wish I could be filming them, so that when I mention, I put here what I was doing. But by that time, we didn't even, because I said, like, online thing came after COVID, so many people were online a lot. So that's when also many YouTubers in Kenya came to live, and many people also became YouTubers from 2020. But before that, a few people, those who knew about YouTube and everything, there were very few Kenyans, I'd say. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here today. I really enjoy talking to you guys, and I hope you enjoy this video. Also, watch till the end, and if you like it, kindly give it a like. For those who have not subscribed, consider subscribing and let me know how many jobs have you done in your life. And also, if you are like me, open-minded, always wanting to do something, let me know down in the comment below. So I think I'll see you in the next vlog or the next sit down. Bye bye.